Hey yo, what is up YouTube, Ginno here. Today we're going to be discussing the BLACKPINK album, Square Up. Finally we've had a proper project from them, not just, you know, them releasing two or one song at a time and them saying this is comeback. Finally we've had a mini album, Square Up. Is it good? I'm a little bit mixed on it actually, so let's talk about it. The first track is Yes, that's the title. It's the title track, and it's the song that was probably the most prominent in my thoughts when thinking about this album, and it sort of exemplifies the rest of the album. It's very well produced, it's really clean, there's not that much atmosphere to it, it has this trap-based instrumental, it's a lot of fun, and the delivery from the members is very good. I especially like Jenny's rap performance throughout the whole track actually. I think it's really good. The vocals are nice, but there's just not much heart and soul in the track. It's very calculated, it's very industry, there's not much to it. As a whole, I personally feel it's one of the weaker tracks on here just based on that, although it's so clean cut, it's very well produced, it's a lot of fun, the chorus is intense and joyful, but like I said, I wish there was a little bit more to it, a little bit more heart and soul. Yeah, that's my thoughts on The next track is Forever Young, which is actually sort of a youthful feministic anthem. I love the lyrics on this at some portions, but I have to say some of the portions towards the end, especially the outro, do make me wonder a little bit. They have the "what a bum bum." It's a famous line in music, originating in Jamaica, I believe. Sort of Bob Marley era, not actually by Bob Marley as this female vocalist. It became quite an iconic thing. It's been reused in many different songs. Jay-Z used it in a track not too long ago actually, and it worked incredibly well. But I just feel like BLACKPINK have no connection to this phrase, to this piece of music history, and it didn't really make much sense for them to incorporate it in here, and it's used in such a way that I actually think they just added it on to make the song a little bit longer. For me, it didn't make much sense at all. I didn't really understand why it's just been placed in there. Once again, the track is incredibly well produced. It's got a lot of good high points, especially the vocalist. Rose is a fantastic vocalist. She's a very strange set of vocals. I know there's been lots of talk about how YG has tried to train her to change her vocals, which strain her vocal cords. I don't know about that. I don't know whether that's a thing, but I like her vocals throughout this track actually. They work well and they blend with that sort of tropical sounding instrumental. It's actually a weird one because it's not so interesting as I wish there was a better title for that song, by the way. I just feel stupid every time I say it, but Forever Young, it's not a particularly interesting instrumental, especially during the chorus phases. It's just, yeah, it's not my favorite track. However, my favorite track is this is a lovely tropical house pop blend with some hip hop influences in it. It's so exciting. This is what I want to see a little bit more of. The lyrics, just like Forever Young, actually are quite interesting, although once again, just like with the "what a bum bum," there's just some sections of this that I do wonder why have they placed that line in there. It's usually when they add in these random English lines, and they do just make me cringe a little bit. Overall, I appreciate the sort of structureless style of this song. Each of the members sort of gets about 4 lines and then they'll switch in between them, and whilst there is a definite chorus, it doesn't really flow like that, and it's actually really nicely structured. I appreciate that they're trying something a little bit different, and for me, definitely the highlight of the album, really summery. I love the pop flavors, but the fact that they're still doing this tropical house style that was really popular last year, so they're not riding on a trend because it's not trendy anymore. It was trendy last year, and the fact that they're doing this now after the trend, it shows that they actually have some fresh ideas and they're willing to innovate, and I think that's probably why I like this track the most. Now, See You Later, it works as an outro track. I do like some of the English input here. It's quite interesting, like the whole "see you later boy." I think it definitely works with this album, but it's so sort of clean cut. It's so sort of safe. It's such a safe song. For me, with after songs like Forever Young and Really, which are fairly sort of conceptual, and I do appreciate that they were trying something different, definitely both feministic songs, and I appreciate that. See You Later just for me, it doesn't have a tone. In fact, it's a little bit tone deaf. There doesn't seem to be much in it, and actually it takes a step back for me in terms of sort of the feministic styles of this album. I didn't enjoy it all that much. The vocals were fine, but nothing special. The rap portions were... I really didn't like Lisa's work on this song at all. It didn't work for me, but yeah, that's just my opinion. Of course, there was only 4 tracks on this, 14 minutes. It's, for me, this isn't a project. This could easily be just a 3-song album, and that's not a thing. You can't just release 3 songs. I mean, there's 4 songs, but it's 14 minutes. That could be 3 tracks of like just under 5 minutes each, so all about 4 minutes. And so I don't feel like this can actually be properly critiqued as an album. So I don't know. I'm a little bit... I wish YG would allow BLACKPINK to release full albums or just longer mini albums, even like 6 songs. Then I can actually talk about a concept for the album, what their whole vibe is. For this, there's obviously the title track, the hit, which is do do do, and the rest of them you're looking for something that will give the album structure. But really only Forever Young and Really have any kind of interesting things to talk about. See You Later is just, it's a dead track, there's nothing there. Do 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 it's just a title track, there's not much to it. So where is the excitement for this album supposed to come from? And that's where I actually place the blame on YG. Not at all with the members. The members actually have done a great job. There was only really bits and pieces where I thought the vocals just weren't very interesting, and some of the rap verses, if you can call them verses, they usually only got about 5 bars at various points. That they'd never really got an opportunity to show their ideas. I don't know how much involvement BLACKPINK have in their music just yet. Members of Big Bang, obviously they've been making music for years and years, but they have a huge role in the making of their music. I want to know how much the members of BLACKPINK have a role in their music, because as far as I can tell, most of this album is made by Teddy and other producers and other writers, and for me that just leaves a little bit of a bitter taste in my mouth, because I really do like the members and I think they're very talented. I wish they maybe got a little bit more opportunity to shine, were given better songs, and were given something a little bit more interesting. Once again, like Forever Young to an extent, I really like Really, and yeah, hopefully BLACKPINK can get some well, better music in the future, unfortunately. So unfortunately, I'm gonna have to give this album sort of a middle 5, maybe a low 6, just in terms of enjoyment, but I think a middle 5 is what I'm gonna give this out of 10. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed. This is gonna be Ginno signing out. See you guys soon.
She always with the shits. Put 100 in my pocket and 100 on the rims. That's my little bitch. That's my little bitch. That's my little bitch. That's my little bitch. Put a red dress on her and some gas for the trip. Got 100 in my pocket and a couple on the tent. That's my little bitch. That's my little bitch. That's my little bitch.